Good evening. Hello everyone and welcome to the platform of creative writing modern age. I'm Shania Singh, the storytelling mentor. I'm the world's youngest storyteller. My name has entered the International Book of World Records, Asia Book of Records, India Book of Records, and America Book of Records. My name My name has entered the International Book of World Records, Asia Book of Records, India Book of Records, and America Book of Records. My motto is to spread reading culture in children through my storytelling skills so that they can gain knowledge. I'm also a published author. Today is the fourth episode of Storytelling Live, and this month's theme is Open for All. So today I have two very special guests, Ibrahim and Alishba. Ibrahim, the stage is all yours. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Shabazz from St. James School, Kolkata. Today I will recite a story on two trees. Once upon a time, there were two trees, Chintu and Mintu. They were both very good brothers. They had many friends, like the monkey wolf, the wise wolf, the monkey bear, the bunch of pigeons, the brother monkeys, and the family of rabbits. One day, all the animals were playing when Chintu saw a woodcutter. He said, "Run, run for your life." But no one ran. Instead, they said, "You give us food, shelter, and fresh air. How can we leave you like this in danger?" The tree said, "Thank you," and said, "Okay, come and hide behind us." So all the animals hid behind the tree. The pigeons and monkeys hid in the leaves of the tree, and the other animals hid behind it. Excuse me. Is Ibrahim your audible? The woodcutter came and the forest and saw many trees. He got puzzled. But when he saw Chintu and Mintu, the large trees, he looked at them and said, "Beware! I am going to cut you." As he went near to the tree, the monkey swung on him and started imitating. The bear rolled at the woodcutter. Roar. And while the other animals were busy in the work, the wise old wolf went to the lion and said, "Oh, Majesty of the jungle, the trees are in danger." When the lion heard it, He came running to the place where all the other animals were there. The lion roared at the woodcutter, and the woodcutter ran for his life. The trees thanked the animals and the king of the jungle for how they saved them. The moral of the story is save trees, save forest. Thank you.
Wow, Ibrahim, I love your story and your confidence. Very good. Now, Ibrahim, I would like to ask you a few questions. Ibrahim, what was your favorite character from the story?
My favorite animal was the bear.
The bear. And can you tell me why the bear?
Why the bear? Because the bear is my favorite animal because it has bear. I like the bear because how it was funky.
Ooh, and also how it looks stubby. Now, Ibrahim, can you tell me honestly, do you like to read storybooks?
Yes.
Can you tell me? Yes, tell, say.
I like reading storybooks.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you tell me your favorite storybook?
My favorite storybook is Animal Stories and Rhymes.
Okay, so do you read it yourself or your mother reads it for you?
I read it myself.
That's very nice. So without further ado, I'm welcoming another guest, Alishba. Alishba, the stage is all yours.
Good evening. Good evening, all. My name is Alishba Shabazz Farooqi from Mahadevi Birla World Academy, Kolkata. Today, I'm going to narrate the story Fredia Gets Her Wings. Fredia was a fairy. She was the tiniest fairy among all the fairies. She was scared of tiny little things like rain and dragonflies. One day, the fairies and Fredia were playing in the garden. Suddenly, Fredia heard driplets of water. She cried, "Help! Help! Run! Fire!" Melissa said, Fredia is even scared of tiny droplets of rain. Fredia's cheeks would turn red with embarrassment. One fine day, when spring arrived, all of the fairies had gathered together to outdo one another and see who would win the fairy wings this year. First, Melissa climbed a thorny bush and plucked a perfect blossom and gave it to the fairy queen. Next, Wendy climbed up an oak tree, got some nectar from a honey hive and gave it to the queen. Lastly, what Wendy did was she saw a dragonfly going past. So she jumped on its back and started riding it. Whoosh, whoosh, she said. It's nice to be brave. But Fredia was thinking, I cannot climb high thorny bushes. I cannot get nectar. I cannot drive a dragon. And what can I do? She asked. Suddenly, her thoughts were interrupted when she heard a sound coming from the lake. It was a ladybird asking for help as she had drowned in the water. Fredia started going towards the water and she told the ladybug to come on her back. By the time she was almost out, Melissa saw when they saw what Fredia was doing, and she informed the fairy queen. The next day, all the fairies had gathered together, and the fairy queen gave a huge announcement saying, "This year I am only going to give one pair of wings to one fairy who is Fredia. All of you showed courage, but Fredia was the only one who showed true courage." Moral of the story: the tiniest living thing can do wonders. Thank you.
Wow, Alishba, that was a fabulous story. It was jaw-dropping. Now, Alishba, I would like to ask you a few questions. Alishba, can you tell me your favorite character story?
My favorite character in this story was the fairy queen.
Can you tell me why was the fairy queen your favorite character?
The fairy queen was my favorite character because I like queens and she was the queen. And also she also gifted the fairies. She also gifted my favorite fairy the wings. That's why I like fairy queen.
Nice choice. Now, Alishba, tell me honestly, do you like reading storybooks?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me your favorite storybook and your favorite author?
My favorite storybook is Alice in Wonderland, and my favorite author is Enid Blyton.
Oh wow, I love both of them. Now, Alishba, can you tell me, do you read stories on your own or your mother reads them for you?
I read stories on my own.
Wow, that's great. That was great, Alishba. I would like both of you to come again on this platform. So without further ado, we come to an end of this lovely platform. If you want to come on this platform, please follow us on Facebook, Creative Writing Modern Age. Thank you.
Excuse me.